Yes, you are.
Yes, sir.
Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters, dear distinguished guests. Welcome you all to Fujairah Toastmasters Club meeting number 409. I would like to start the meeting with a big round of applause. Come on, everyone. Thank you, thank you. The Toastmasters International has 4 values: respect, integrity, service, and excellence. Before we proceed the meeting, kindly note to respect the sentiments of the region. We don't talk about taboo topics, that is religion, sex, and politics. I also like to request that all of you mute your mic throughout the meeting unless you are invited to make a speech. If your camera is on, please refrain from unnecessary movements which could be distraction to the speaker or anyone else in the room. This meeting is recorded and will be made available on the social medias. With that, I would like to welcome the president of Fujairah Toastmasters Club, young, energetic, and very enthusiastic, the man who worked day in and day out for the club. It's none other than Toastmaster Mahendran Tamilmani. Please help me to welcome Toastmaster Mahendran. Over to you, Toastmaster Mahendran.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunir. What a wonderful introduction. Your kind words. I really appreciate the energy that you flow into the meeting was brilliant. Thank you once again. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests. Welcome to Fujairah Toastmasters Club 409 meeting. Before getting to today's meeting, I would like to call our guest. Please introduce yourself with all. I think our guest, Mr. Hamad Al-Kindi. Please introduce yourself, sir.
Yes. Hi, good evening all. My name is Hamad Al-Kindi. Honestly, I know the Toastmaster for a long time. I'm the president of Dubai Arabic Club Toastmaster.
Oh.
I used to be a Fujairah Toastmaster Club member. Then somehow I decided to focus on the Arabic clubs. But since last 2 months, honestly, I feel that I need to go back to the English clubs Toastmasters just to improve my muscles and to increase my language, the way of speaking, leadership skills. So that's why I'm here today. I'm very happy to join you guys again. I hope I will add positive value to you and to your club.
Thank you so much, sir, for a generous word. Thank you. We really appreciate your the way you represent the
Thank you. Thank
our
you, sir.
club. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Mosba Al-Kindi.
Yeah, my name is Musabah Al-Kindi. Actually, I am from Fujairah. This is first Toastmaster club I joined. Actually, I am working in First Abu Dhabi Bank, which required more presentation to our management. I joined that club to gain more skills, knowledge, and break the ice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You already started your icebreaker, I believe. It's a wonderful introduction, and the way you approach is really appreciable. Thank you, sir. Be with us. Mr. Redim Pereira.
Hi, I'm Riddhi. I am a student and I was invited by my friend Hussein.
Oh, great. Good evening. Welcome to our club. Then, anyone is there? A guest? Any guest? Okay. Thank you. As a president, I warmly welcome all the guests with a great heart. Be with us today. Enjoy the kind of show today, and I believe you will. There are a lot of things to take away. and each sessions and enjoy the shows today. As a president, I call to order today's meeting is on. We don't have much business session. As you all aware, we are going to, as you all aware, we are looking for our division contest. It's supposed to happen on April 2nd. So we are eagerly waiting for it. From our club, we have two contestants, Toastmaster Firdaus and Toastmaster Maher is going to represent our club. My hearty wishes and congratulations for both once again, and best of luck for both. I would like to call our young and energetic secretary, Toastmaster Hussain, to read out our previous minutes of meeting. Toastmaster Hussain, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good evening, everyone. I am about to share minutes of the last meeting. Is my screen visible? Great. So these are minutes of meeting number 408. It was held on 2nd Feb at 7 p.m. We had 14 members and 1 guest. In the presidential address, Toastmasters Maher and Firdaus were congratulated for winning the area contest. Congratulations once again. And the division speech contest is going to be held on 2nd of April. All the best. We had our silent role players. The timers were Toastmaster Shafiq and Toastmaster Mahendran. In the educational reel, we have the Toastmaster of the day. It was Toastmaster Maher, and she led the theme, the KonMari method. And throughout, she shed light on different ways of helping tidy things up around ourselves and decluttering. The word of the day was introduced by Toastmaster Hussain, and it was prolific. It has 2 meanings. First of all, it can be used to describe something that is present in large numbers or quantities, or someone who is extremely productive or inventive. We had 3 project speeches by Toastmasters Swaminathan, Toastmaster Mahendran, and Toastmaster Arivaragan. Then we had the table topic session, which was led by Toastmaster Shankar, and we had 5 table topic speakers. Moving on to the evaluation session, we had the project speech evaluations by Toastmaster Reshmi, DTM Pradeep, and Toastmaster Firdaus. The grammarian and accountant for the meeting was DTM Sujit, and he highlighted the need to reduce crutch words, and he also pointed out certain grammatical and pronunciation errors. Subsequently, we had the general evaluation. This was by Toastmaster Sudhakar, and it was an all-encompassing evaluation, and some of the salient points are mentioned here. Feel free to go through them. And finally, we ended up the night with the awards, and the best role player was DTM Sujit. The best table topic speaker were Toastmasters Swami and DTM Pradeep. The best project speaker was Toastmaster Swami, and the best evaluator was Toastmaster Reshmi. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hussain, for wonderful readout of previous minutes of meeting. Any comments from our members? Any things that need to add in our meeting, minutes of meeting? Thank you. Before start our today's meeting, we have committed to release our newsletter every quarterly, and we have skipped a month, and we found this is the right time to release the second quarter of this year. To release the newsletter, I would like to call our immediate past president and the committee chair, newsletter committee chair, DTM Pradeep Kumar Mantrala on the screen. DTM Pradeep Kumar Mantrala, please release this quarterly newsletter from your side.
Okay, President. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to release our newsletter, second quarter newsletter. Before releasing this newsletter, I would like to say some words to our club members. Actually, President is very much strong to release the newsletter. In one point of time, I said, okay, Toastmaster Mahendran, since it is delaying, why don't we postpone to the next quarter? No. Even if it is delayed, we will release it. He is very committed on this newsletter release. Finally, successfully, we have completed the newsletter by hook or crook, whatever it may be. So it is ready to release. So thanks President, for giving me opportunity to release this newsletter. Please give me the sharing access. It is there. Yes.
You are there already.
Yes, yes, yes. So this is our newsletter, second newsletter. Just I will go through it page by page, but I will share it in our group and WhatsApp. This year we got the Rapid Gold Award. These are the club awards during the October to December. Members achievements we added, and FTC. This time we added a new thing in our newsletter. FTC members at District 105 Facebook page. These are the people who have come into the Facebook page of District 105, and some of the articles given by our BDMs and members. FTC initiative is there. You can connect with our new platforms. And our 400th meeting, milestone meeting, we have added here the photos of that online meeting. Members feedback. Moreover, we have given an announcement about new VP, Vice President Education, and Reshmi also. All these things we have covered in this. Whatever the things which we have done during October to December, we have covered almost all the things. Thank you for each and every member for giving your articles and support for releasing this newsletter. Thank you, President, once again. I will share it. We will share it in this our group. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Mahendra.
Thank you, our immediate past president, DTM Pradeep Kumar Mantrala, for releasing and supporting to prepare to make the newsletter in a way, to win the presence to all of you, all of the members. Please go through it. Again, I would request all the members, please try to join or try to send your articles. Don't need to wait for the third quarter. Please start, write and send the articles to our VP Education or to our Toastmaster Reshmi, our new VPPR. So it's a skill that you are going to learn. And even this, after the president, I started writing. So once you start writing, definitely you will get a lot of things to know, means how to write and what to write. Unless you start, you will not be able to learn these things. So start writing and definitely you will get improved, and we are here to support. Okay, moving back to today's TMOD and today's session. The theme is entirely different actually, where I never thought, though I read, though I watch the cartoons, I'm eagerly waiting for what type of presentation I'm going to see today, because the lady, the Toastmaster, who is going to be a TMOD, I always used to say that she is the prince of our club. Toastmaster Maher is a queen of the club and she is the princess of the club. She has a very eloquent language. When we say the eloquent language, the communication is the key to success. But communication is the key to open others' heart to read out or to read your minds. So she is eloquent and eximious. A Toastmaster is none other than our secretary, Toastmaster Kusain. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Kusain on the screen, please. The stage is yours, Toastmaster Kusain.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. You always spoil me with lovely introductions. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 409th meeting of Fujairah Toastmasters Club. Are you all excited? I am. This is my first time TMODing in this very club. I hope you all have a good time. First of all, how many of you have heard of Aristotle, Hercules, Epictetus? You must have, right? Who are these? people. They are great philosophers, yes. But tonight, I want to talk about an unconventional philosophy by an unconventional philosopher. I hope you're all ready to do that. We'll do that throughout the meeting. But before I delve deeper into that, I would like to first explain the structure of our meeting tonight for the benefit of the guests mainly. First of all, we'll have the project speeches session. In this, our members will be presenting prepared speeches that they have been preparing for and working with their mentors, right? Next up, we will have the table topic session. In this, both members and guests can come up and speak. The point of this is to practice your impromptu speaking skills, so you think and speak on your feet. And finally, the third session that we have will be the evaluation session. In this, we will have a general evaluator and his team, and they will be evaluating the prepared speeches as well as the other aspects of the meeting throughout. Now, this is the structure of the meeting. And just like Pooh Bear has a great clique of friends, I have a lovely group of role players with me tonight who are going to be supporting me throughout the meeting and helping to run it smoothly. First of all, we have the timer. It's Toastmaster Shankar. Toastmaster Shankar has been a Toastmaster for 7 months since August 2020. He is a mechanical engineer and he has been working with Simons as a quality manager. The question I asked all role players tonight is to reflect back and tell me about a memory from their childhood or an activity from their childhood that they did that gave them great pleasure. It could be something small or something big. And Toastmaster Shankar gave me a lovely anecdote. When they were kids, they had a chit depositing system. It was a savings system, and his mother used to send him to deposit money into that for a long period of time. And he had a lot of fun doing that, seeing his earnings being saved. And now what he does is he has passed on the legacy to his children, and they have a savings account and they deposit all the gifts and appreciations they receive in the form of money. And he sees his children taking pride in the act of saving up and reflecting back on the previous 4 to 5 years. Thank you for sharing that with us, and I hope you continue sharing these kind of things with your children too. And now, without further ado, please, would you explain your role to us, Toastmaster Shankar?
Sure. Thank you, Dear Modi Kusin Khan. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. As timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. The table topic speakers should limit their remarks to more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to the specific speech times. Most of the speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluations should be between 2 to 3 minutes. Here again, at 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Wish you all the best for all the role players and everyone in the team. Thank you, T. Modi, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar. Next up, we have our word master. This role is going to be done by Toastmaster Rafiq. Toastmaster Rafiq also has been a Toastmaster since 7 months. He is a chemical engineer and he's a certified safety professional from the US. He works as a QHSSE, I did not mess that up, officer at the GTI Fujairah Oil Terminal. Toastmaster Rafiq has told me that he likes to see other people happy. He likes to make them happy. And when I asked him about the part of his childhood that made him happy, he told me that he likes playing cricket and he likes spending his time, most of his time, in greenery. And this is something he continues to do till this day. So now let us invite Toastmaster Rafiq onto the stage to share his word of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Rafiq.
Thank you very much, TMOD, for this detailed introduction. Good evening, everyone again. So today my role will be the word master of the day. So today I'm going to introduce a new word, which is sanguine. Um, Sanguine is a word which is objective. It's an objective. It's an objective, and it means that optimistic or positive, especially in an apparently bad or difficult situations. So the synonym I can share with the team that can be optimistic. You can use optimistic in place of sanguine as well. Hopeful, positive, confident, cheerful, cheery, bright. Let me use this word in some of the sentence. Despite the fact that the soldier, despite the fact that the soldier have not been home in 8 months, they are still is sanguine about seeing their family soon. Um, uh, Let me use it in another sentence. He's sanguine about prospect for the global economy. So using this word, I'm hopeful that most of our table topic speaker or the project speaker will use these words in their speech. And let's see who will rock the show by using this word many times in their speeches. So I would be counting these words during the presentations of the TM of the Toastmasters, so who will be participating today. And let's see who will rock the show. Thank you very much. Over to TM Budi, Mr. Kusain. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rafiq. Now we have the grammarian in our counter. Now, this is someone who is probably the first friend I had at Toastmasters. Yes, he's my mentor, and he was the president when I joined, DTM Pradeep. DTM Pradeep has been a Toastmaster since 2013. It has been a long time, and we all learn a lot from him every day. DTM Pradeep is an accountant at Fujairah Port Authority, and he says that he likes helping people and he expects people to go on and help others. And I think that's a very simple thing in words, but a very profound lesson that we all can learn. And I vouch for it. DTM Pradeep is there to help anyone and everyone. So don't forget to ask him for any help you need. I always do. And when I asked him about his childhood, he told me he too loved playing cricket and he continues to play cricket. And now let us invite DTM Pradeep and see him have his grammarians and our counters role explaining. Thank you. Over to you, DTM Pradeep.
Thank you. Thank you, Sangyan Toastmaster Hussain Khan. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I would like to explain about my grammarian role. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take the notes of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying or thoughts. In addition to the grammarian role as an accountant, I will note down the filler words like all kind of things. I'll give my report at the end of the session during the general evaluation session. Hope it's clear to the guests as well as the members about my role. Over to you, Toastmaster Hussain Khan.
Thank you so much, DTM Pradeep. Now, thank you, role players, for explaining your roles so succinctly. And now we're moving on to the first part of the meeting, which is the project speeches. We are starting off with an icebreaker. This is going to be from the Innovative Planning Pathway. It's a level 1, project 1, and this will be done by Toastmaster Ismail Sultan. Toastmaster Ismail Sultan has been a Toastmaster for the last 5 months, and he is an engineer by profession, and currently he's working as a safety manager in an oil terminal. I asked Toastmaster Ismail something specific about him so that we could get to know him before his icebreaker as well. He told me that he likes exploring nature and reading books. And there's a very fun fact. He has been to 14 countries. Yes, you heard me right. So I think he's a man who we're going to learn a lot from, and his experiences and tales are going to help us along the way. And when I asked him about his childhood, he told me that he loved and loves watching animated movies, and currently he loves watching them with his children. With this, I would like to ask his evaluator, Toastmaster Swaminathan, to please read out his speech objectives.
Thank you, TM Modi Kusain. So the objective of this speech today is to introduce himself as an icebreaker for the group to understand, to know about Toastmaster Ismail Sultan. All the best, Toastmaster Ismail Sultan.
Toastmaster Ismail Sultan with the project speech title, Call Me Ishmael. Call Me Ishmael, Toastmaster Ismail Sultan. Over to you.
Thank you, Timothy. Am I audible? Call me Ishmael Sultan. Sorry, call me Ishmael or call me Ismail. This is opening sentence of one of the most famous novels in English literature, Moby Dick. And I couldn't find any better opening for my opening speech in Toastmasters Club. Madam TM Modi, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening. Tonight, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Ismail Sultan, an engineer, a proud father, and an expat working here in Fujairah. For tonight's speech, I've selected a personal story which I believe changed my viewpoint towards life. But before that, a quick backdrop. So being a son of an engineer father and a dentist mother, my career path was set pretty much from the start. I jumped on the bandwagon and became an electrical engineer. 6-7 years down the lane, I opted for MBA, just like a typical engineer of Three Idiots movie. However, one day, stuck somewhere between electrical panels and crunching the numbers, I realized this is not what exactly I want to do with my life. I decided to take a break and went for ocean science. Went for masters in ocean science. The fun part was I have never done swimming before that. I didn't know how to swim and I have never been on a ship. Well, now this brings me to the main part of my story. As part of my coursework, I selected scuba diving. For those who don't know, scuba diving is when you go underwater with air cylinders and mask and all the associated gear. So once we went on an expedition to explore underwater caves in Florida. This was actually a network of underground tunnels, naturally formed underground tunnels, interconnected and filled with fresh water. The thing with cave diving is, it is a bit difficult than ocean diving, or sorry, open water diving, because the rescue and emergency management is complicated. So we started our dive. It was dark, water was muddy, we put our head torches on, and we started diving down. As we were diving, I had a look on my depth meter. It was reading 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet. We kept on diving till we reached at the end of the main cave. There started a smaller network, smaller and dangerous network of caves, and there was a danger sign showing a skull and crossbones. I felt a bit anxious. I thought to return back, just turned back and saw nothing but pitch darkness. I got a bit nervous. It triggered all of my fears at the same time. Fear of darkness, fear of being in water, and fear of the narrow spaces. I panicked, I pressed the wrong button, my jacket got inflated, and I went up straight into the roof of the cave. Bam! I hit it and bounced back. Jacket was still inflated, I went up again, the same thing. I dislodged my mask, I lost my air regulator. And now the thing with the underwater diving is, you have very small window to cover up for any mistake. Any longer and you can die. I started hallucinating. I saw my life playing out in front of me. My family, my kids, my home. And for a second, I thought this is it. It was sort of a near-death experience. Then a voice came from inside. no, this is not how this is going to end. I try to relax and then let myself overcome the fear. I fixed my gear, found the lifeline, and started to find my way out of the cave. In the meanwhile, my buddies found me, and then together, slowly and gradually, we went up to the mouth of the cave and exit the cave. The first breath I took when out of water was the sweetest thing I've ever tasted in my life. Never knew a single breath could feel so priceless and precious. I was so tired, I just dropped down and laid for minutes. I still think about that day, what went wrong and why it triggered a response like that. And here are my 2 takeaways. Number 1, life is uncertain. Cherish every moment you have. You never know when it's going to end because it could be very sudden. Second, understand and respect your fears. Address them regularly and properly. They have tendency to come back, especially when you are in the most vulnerable position. There's a very wonderful saying by Tim Ferriss, author of 4-Hour Workweek. If you want to grow in life, don't define objectives, define your fears, bring them to light and conquer them. This is what I try to do now. In the end, like all good stories, this story remains unfinished. And I hope the coming parts would be more exciting. Looking forward to many more sessions with the team. Thank you so much for listening so patiently. Over to you, TMOD. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ismail, for that scuba dive into your own life. We're looking forward to hearing more. Now, we're moving on to a second project speech. This is going to be from the Dynamic Leadership Pathway. It's a level 3, project 1. It's going to be done by Toastmaster Firdaus. She has been a Toastmaster for the past 1.5 years. She works as a dentist and she loves writing. When I asked her about her childhood, she told me simply, she loved writing and she continues to write to this day. And her speech title is Negotiate to Associate. Before handing it over to you, can I please request Toastmaster Mahendran, her evaluator, to please read out the speech objectives?
Good evening once again. Negotiate the best outcome. The purpose of the speech is for the member to learn about different types of negotiation and the strategies that can be used when negotiating. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of a past or future negotiation in his or her life. All the best to Toastmaster Firdaus.
Thank you, TMOD, and thank you, Toastmaster Mahendran. In life, you don't get what you deserve, but you get what you negotiate. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. These lines were said by Howard McKay, who's an American author, entrepreneur, and a speaker. And I chose these lines to start my speech because they pretty much summarize the art of negotiation in 2 lines. Have you wondered that so much in life is about negotiation? And whether we realize it or not, we are negotiating in ways large and small. And also we are negotiating with people who we come across. Be it that vendor you want to buy vegetables from, or be it discussing your pay rise with your boss, and how about negotiating that dream car from the car dealer, or negotiating for the dream house. Either we say yes, or we say no, or we stall for time. And negotiation can be a nerve-wracking process, but with the right skills, we can avoid conflicts and be sanguine. Now, to help you better understand about negotiation, let me share with you a very interesting story. There was once a seminar that was held about world peace, and there was a monk who gave a speech. And after he finished, somebody posed a question that how do we negotiate, with family assets and maintain peace at the same time? So the monk invited two gentlemen from the audience. And he said, now imagine both of you are brothers and your father's passed away. Okay. So, and he has left you with three assets and he placed three coins in front of them. He said, these are the three assets. And now you have to share fairly without splitting them up. So the first gentleman, he said, I'm going to take 2 coins and give the one to my brother. The whole audience laughed. The monk said, you are sowing seeds of conflict. Then opportunity was given to the next gentleman. And he said, I'm going to take 1 coin and I'm going to give 2 to my brother. The monk said, that's very noble of you. And if, in fact, whatever you're investing in your brother, and if you don't get any returns, then you might have a resentment in your heart. He thanked them, and then he invited 2 ladies on the stage. And he presented the same scenario. The first lady, she said, I'm going to take 1 coin. I will give her another coin. And I'm going to say that let's donate 1 to charity. The monk said, good. But the last lady, she was the smartest and the sharpest of all. She said, I'm going to keep 1 coin and I'm going to give 1 coin to her and say, let's invest the 3rd coin together. And that was the best outcome. And the whole audience stood up and applauded. So you see, my friends, many negotiations, what happens is many people, they want to have a win-lose situation. They want to win and they want the other person to lose. And some of them, they lose because they have got poor negotiation skills. But the best of the people, the civilized people, they want them to win and they want the other person to win, and they iron out the differences. And that is the win-win situation, and that is the best outcome. Now, speaking about the negotiations that I've had in life, there have been many concerning my house, my car, or even my job. But the most recent one that I can recollect is the coronavirus crisis. So when it happened, I'm sure it impacted all of our lives. And then all the plans were toppled and we had to adapt to the new way. And during the lockdown, the school shut down and my daughter, she started online education and my husband, he started working from home. So it was an overwhelming situation where it was like, we had to reestablish the routines. The patience was running out. So all these things had happened. So negotiation was a tool that came in handy. And kids are the most toughest negotiators. If you can negotiate with them, I feel you can negotiate with anybody. After online school, my daughter's desk was full of papers, erasers, toys, scissors, you name it. And cleaning that mess every day was driving me crazy. So I sat down and patiently negotiated with my daughter that she will have to clean the mess. And I had to also offer her incentives like toys, games, her favorite chocolates, etc. And slowly it started progressing, but it also needs supervision. And regarding my husband, I had to renegotiate the responsibilities with him as well. And I'm sure all the wives and husbands here will agree that the negotiation outcome with the husband is always win-lose. The wife wins, the husband loses. Well, that was on a lighter note, of course. So basically, what I want to say is that negotiation helps us to be patient. It helps us to respect other people's needs and their opinions, and also protecting ours. And communication is the key skill for negotiation. And I feel there's no better platform than Toastmasters International to develop this communication skills. So next time when you negotiate to build relationship and not to burn bridges. Negotiate to associate. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster, for those. That was a universal message. Negotiation is something we all do. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now we have our third and final project speech. This is going to be delivered by Toastmaster Sudhakar. It is from the Leadership Development Pathway. It's a Level 4 Project 2. Toastmaster Sudhakar has been a Toastmaster for the past 1.5 years. He professionally works as a civil engineer in the Fujairah Oil Terminal Zone, Fujairah Oil International Zone. And when I asked him about his childhood, what he liked to do, he told me that he liked to be, first of all, punctual, and second of all, he loved playing cricket. Those are two things he has carried on into his childhood as well. Let's evaluate Toastmaster Srishanto reading out the speech objectives, please.
Hi, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Special good evening to Toastmaster Sudhakar. He's going to appear for a project speech from level 4, second project. Toastmaster Sudhakar, your purpose of your speech is for the members to practice the skills needed to address audience challenges when he or she presents outside of the Toastmaster Club. The time is 10 to 12 minutes. The speech duration can be 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Sudhakar.
Toastmaster Sudhakar's speech title is A Drink with Zero Nutritional Value. A Drink with Zero Nutritional Value, Toastmaster Sudhakar.
First of all, before I start my speech, there is a small exercise which I want everybody to practice. Breathe in, breathe out. Please breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. We all breathe in oxygen and we leave carbon dioxide. I hope everybody agrees with me, right? Yes. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a warm good evening to you all. Today, I'm going to discuss about a soft drink, which is a favorite drink for all of us. Perhaps I would like to know what is your favorite soft drinks. Anybody?
No, I don't drink soft drinks.
That's so good, so nice. Okay, let us move on. We all somehow, whether it is now or in childhood, are very fascinated about soft drinks. Let us not talk about the other kind of drinks. We restrict ourselves to soft drinks. What are the harmful effects? We are more concentrating on what are the harmful effects of a soft drink. That is the project today. Before moving on to the harmful effects of soft drinks, please know that there is no nutritional benefit of a soft drink. I repeat, there is no nutritional benefit of a soft drink. So let us see what a soft drink comprises of. It is just comprised of sugar and some soda in the form of carbon dioxide. I repeat, the gas which is present in soda is carbon dioxide, which we breathe out. Doesn't make sense, right? Yes, that is what I want to inform you through this project. It tastes very good because there is presence of sugar and some preservatives, of course. All we drink is a little bit of fizzy water or sparkling water. But let us move in detail about what are the components of the soft drinks. As we know, it comprises of water and what we breathe out. Remember, carbon dioxide. Yes, carbon dioxide is the one which creates all the harmful ingredients. Artificial sweeteners, some preservatives, sugar, acids, and some artificial colors. These are the components of a soft drink. What it can cause, you name it, you have it. It can cause obesity, migraine, bladder cancer, kidney failure, memory loss, cell damage, dehydration, cardiac failure as well, besides others.
Excuse me, Toastmaster Sudhakar, so sorry to interject. Your PowerPoint is not moving. I'm under the assumption you wanted to move. We just see your Gmail page.
Okay. Sorry, I did not realize that.
We've been following along, but I think you can try.
Yeah, you just exit, stop sharing, and then open again your PowerPoint.
Okay.
Do you need a small cool drink, Toastmaster Sudhakar?
Is it, can you see now?
Yes, it's visible now.
Yes.
Apologies for that. So I was going through these harmful effects. What are the diseases, side effects it can cause? A soft drink in a long run can cause obesity, migraine, kidney failure, cell damage, cardiac failure, and many others. All are listed here. So coming to the artificial sweeteners, there are two major varieties of artificial sweeteners, aspartame and saccharin. Both are harmful. I repeat, both are harmful. And then we move on to the preservatives. One is sodium benzoate and sulfur dioxide. Sodium benzoate is a chemical which can cause asthma, rashes, and hyperactivity. Most of the soft drinks contain this. Moving on to the sulfur dioxide, it is a chemical used for industrial bleaching. Very toxic. It can, repeated exposures can cause even fainting. So as I told you before, the most freely available disease, easiest disease which majority of the world population is fighting with is obesity. People keep on drinking soft drinks, 1 can a day, doesn't mind, but in the long run, you turn obese. Next is, which is frequently, sorry, I was lost of words, frequently spoiled teeth, that is tooth decay. This is very widely occurring disease. I am sure our fellow Toastmaster Firdaus would give a very big lesson on this. So let us move on to the next one. Digestive system. Your digestive system will be spoiled, mainly due to the presence of phosphoric and hydrochloric acid. Dehydration. Regular intake of soft drinks will cause dehydration. This practice has to be stopped. That is my sincere advice. It can even lead to kidney failure. I hope people are understanding what are the serious causes of just drinking a soft drink. Kidney failure can also occur in the long run. Before I move on, please remember that you breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide is the one which is present in soft drinks. With that, I would like to request if you have any questions on this presentation. Anybody?
Which soft drink is too dangerous? Pepsi or Coke?
Both are equally responsible. According to me, both Coke and Pepsi has enough sugar and both are dangerous. In fact, not only Pepsi and Coke, no brand names, all soft drinks are harmful. Thank you for your question, Toastmaster Mahendran.
I have one more question.
Please.
I read an article, two I think 2 months before, a man from his childhood until now, he is almost 70 years old. He continuously taking soft drinks instead of water. He has no problem and he is very healthy. What is your opinion on that?
Very good, very rightly identified. Here we are talking about genetics. Perhaps he is one of the special kind, but in majority of the cases, 99% of the cases, soft drinks are creating problems, and not one, not two, many problems as I described before. Hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Sudhakar.
Yes, Toastmaster Pradeep.
One small doubt. You are telling that we are taking in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide.
Correct.
May I have the soft drink without the carbon dioxide, without adding the gas?
That has to be invented yet. There are people who are trying some more with oxygen. I came across one drink like that in past 3 years, but it is soon coming. Yes.
So with oxygen, it will not affect our body, right?
Let us hope for the best.
No, because the ingredients are you said that the artificial ingredients are more dangerous, or the gas is more dangerous?
In the current scenario, carbon dioxide, which we breathe out, is the most causing dangerous element, and along with the other elements. Right now, my timer is showing a red light. We can discuss all other questions in the next session. Thank you all.
Thank you for clarifying our doubts, Toastmaster Sudhakar.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudhakar, for scaring us, I think. But coincidentally, my resolution this year is to stop having soft drinks. I tried it 1 year, I think it was 2017. It worked out, and then I went back to my old ways. Let's see what happens. But thank you so much. I hope everyone gets to practice that. Now, with this, we have come to an end of the project speeches session. I am sure all of you had a lot of fun with our exuberant speakers. With this, I would now like to invite Toastmaster Shankar, the timer, to please give us the timer's report.
Good evening once again. Here is the timer's report for today's first round of presentations. Wordmaster TM Rafiq took 1 minute and 59 seconds. Grammarian and Hawk Counter DTM Pradeep, he took 1 minute and 2 seconds. Project Speech 1 by TM Ismail took 5 minutes and 32 seconds. Project Speech 2, TM Dr. Firdaus, took 5 minutes and 52 seconds. Project Speech 3, TM Sudhakar, took 10 minutes and 5 seconds. All of them fell within the defined time limits. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shankar. Everyone is eligible to be voted for. Mr. President, can we please have the poll? I hope all of you have voted by now. So back onto the theme that we were having. We were talking about philosophy, but before that, who is Pooh Bear? We all know Pooh Bear is a fictional bear living in a fictional forest. But who is he at his core? According to me, Pooh Bear at his core is someone who has a simple-minded nature and an uncomplicated view of the world, just concerned with his honeypot, of course. Do these characteristics of having a simple-minded nature and an uncomplicated view of the world remind you of someone? Would anyone like to answer? No guesses? No problem. The answer is very, very simple. It's children. Children, as you all know and can attest, They too have an intuitive sense of simplicity, happiness, and just a completely uncomplicated and unbiased view of the world. By now, I'm sure you must be asking, philosophy, poo, kids, where are we going? What does this have to do with us? I would like to first share a quote with you. I heard that Stephen Hawking once said that, I like physics, but I love cartoons. If I were to venture a guess, I would say that this is because cartoons perfectly embody what goes on in the mind of a child. As kids, we all have an insatiable obsession with cartoons. We can watch at any time for any length of time. But I'm sure all of us here have overgrown that phase. One day, it just didn't appeal to us anymore. It seems too irrational, too impossible, and they break all laws of physics. But it's not just our love of cartoons that we grow out of. Not sometimes, all the time, each one of us, we experience a drastic change in perspective as we grow older and older. As we transition into adulthood, we experience a difference in our attitudes, our mindsets, and overall we adapt and change. And this is good because now in adulthood, we have a new set of responsibilities, a new set of obligations to answer. But somewhere along the line, not everyone, but some of us, we get too attached to the rat race that we call life. We have dreams, we have aspirations, we have goals, and then we have work, and everyone is running towards something or the other. And in this process, sometimes we lose sight of who we are, what makes us happy, simple things, small things. Let's take an example from Pooh Bear and his friends. Piglet, he is obsessed with worrying. He frets over anything and everything. Take the donkey, Eeyore. He's always pessimistic about the world. Take Tigger and Owl. They always overcomplicate things and they're busy thinking and jumping to conclusions, and they don't see the answers that are right in front of their nose. These are tendencies that we as adults also harness sometimes because we get flustered, we get overwhelmed by life. But luckily for us, there is a simple way to combat this. This is what I'm going to share with you tonight. But before we delve into it, we will now move on to the next part of our meeting tonight, which is the table topic session. This is going to be led by Toastmaster Reshmi. She has been with us for the past 7 months. She is a reinstated member, but she has been reinstated for the past 7 months, and she has dual professions. First of all, she is an electrical engineer, but currently she is a homemaker. A tough job. And Toastmaster Reshmi tells me that we bond over our love for the Harry Potter series. She tells me that when she was a child, and to this day, her love of reading children's magazines has not faded away. And she loves watching films like Jurassic World and the Harry Potter series, and they relieve the daily life's tension for her. High five, Toastmaster Reshmi, same here. Now, I would like to hand over the session to you. Over to you, Toastmaster Reshmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kisain, for your kind introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm your table topic master for today. Table topics helps members practice the art of improvisation and also help us think on our feet. This helps us develop 4 vital communication skills: listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. The topics that I have prepared for you, hopefully it will help all of us to become better at improvisation. Since we are at Toastmasters and try and provide a speaking opportunity to maximum audience members, this session is not restricted to the members alone. Even the guests can participate. I hope everyone gives this a shot. I may randomly call anyone to participate, or you can volunteer to come up on a screen by yourself by raising your hand, or you can speak out. Before we begin, I request the timer to call out the timing guidelines for the table topic round. Timer Toastmaster Shankar, can you please tell us the timing? What is the allotted time?
Good evening once again to everyone. For the table topic speeches, the speech should be limited to maximum 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I would raise a red card. So I request all speakers to stick to the timeline and cherish your table topic sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, timer, Toastmaster Shankar. Now, for the benefit of the guest, this is one of the best platform we are getting to express our ideas, thoughts, and also taking the advantage of the online platform. We are now sitting in our own best comfort position itself, most probably in our home itself. So nothing will happen, just speak out. You can take a 30 seconds before you start speaking if you want. Try to speak at least 1 minute. This is the platform I can tell you for us be training to be a sanguine. So shall we begin? Who will be the first volunteer? Kindly a Toastmaster come up. For the benefit of the guest. Yeah, any Toastmaster can come up and speak. Yes, Toastmaster Swaminathan, please. So Toastmaster Swami, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So please choose the numbers in between 1 to 7.
Number 4.
Okay. Toastmaster Swami, your topic for today is, do you have anything in your mind that you have to do as a kid that you missed that at that time? Do you have anything in your mind that you have to do as a kid that you missed that time? That is in your childhood. The topic is clear, Toastmaster Swami? Okay.
It's a very interesting topic to speak about, because childhood is something which we always cherish. We always remember every moment of it. So the important part of my childhood which I missed always was not able to travel to many places. Because being a child, you would like to explore a lot and you would like to move around to different places, specifically try to go to a relative place, spend some time with relatives, get some connect with the relatives. And unfortunately, I was in a kind of a situation where I never had an opportunity to travel to the different parts of India, and unfortunately not able to even be connected with the lot of relatives. That was one thing which always I keep thinking about it. And other important thing is I love playing volleyball. Even though I'm a good cricket player, but I love playing volleyball. In my childhood, I never had an opportunity to play a volleyball until I started playing it for my school competitions that started happening after my 10th standard. So until 10th standard, I never had a chance to play a volleyball because I used to be pretty short and no one used to take me into the team. It always be a challenge for you to play volleyball and basketball, where you need to have at least you need to have the required height for you to be into the team itself. And I used to be very thin, and people used to make fun out of me, stating that if somebody smashes the ball, you cannot able to take the ball. Obviously, you will fall on the floor if you want to take the ball out. But these are the two things which I always wanted to do it when I was in the kid, and I never. I mean, it was not actually happening for me at that time. It never happened to me at that time. But yes, of course, I started doing it. The other part of the thing, the first part of the thing, I started doing it. And unfortunately, second part was actually stuck after between my 9th to 12th standard, where I was part of a playing 11, when playing 6 of my volleyball team. Thank you, Toastmaster. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swami. It was a very wonderful ideas actually. So I think now you are able to play the volleyball. I don't know about your height, but you are fat enough now. And also after the COVID, you can assure to travel wherever you want. And so now any guest can volunteer? Any guest?
Yeah.
May I know who?
مصبح الكندي here with you.
Yeah, please, sir. Thank you for volunteer. Toastmaster, Sir Musaha.
مصبح الكندي.
Yeah.
Give me number 2, please. Number 2.
Yes. So, sir, can you choose any number in between 1 to 7 other than 4?
5.
5. Okay. So your topic for today is if you have a chance to go back to your childhood, what is the first thing you are going to do? If you have a chance to go back to your childhood, what is the first thing you are going to do?
Okay. Thank you to give me the chance today to speak in Fujairah Toastmaster. Welcome everybody. If I get chance to get back, inshallah, to childhood, first I need to care more about my parents. Give them more care, listen to them carefully, because they are more expensive to me. Once I lost my parents. Second thing, I need to care about my study. I should be like a hard worker, study more, learning more, and playing more as well. I get a chance to get back to the childhood. Yeah, I still have time.
Yes, please.
Yes, you do have.
Yeah. Also, I need to make like more friendship with more people from a different country, because when I was a child, I just have like friends from just more of my village or my city. But alhamdulillah, nowadays I reach my maximum, alhamdulillah, from everywhere I have friends, alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, Musaba. So you are in the right platform, I will tell, because you can make many friends from any nationality. So Toastmasters is the best platform for that thing. And age is just a number, so you can study anything, anytime, no matter what that.
Thank you to give me a chance. Thank you.
Thank you so much for participating, sir. So now any Toastmaster can volunteer, any non-role players. I would like to call Toastmaster Patafiraman.
Yeah, I'm ready. Please.
Don't take leave without leave letter, okay? So this is for that.
Okay.
So yeah, please, sir, you can choose any number in between 1 to 7 other than 4 and 5.
I'll go for number 2.
Yeah, yes. Sir, what is the one of the best childhood memories that make you happy at that time? What is the one of the best childhood memory that make you happy at that time? Toastmaster Patafiraman.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Reshmi, for giving me this opportunity. That was a good question. What is the best childhood memory makes you happy, right? Because it's not only one particular incident, because normally always the childhood memories are always, make us happy. Even if you rewind your memory, always those are the best times we cannot get back in our life. So even when you see the small kids nowadays, they are far advanced thinking than us. But those days, what we used to play on the roads, they cannot get in nowadays. So I still feel you can understand, because we are all in the same age group. Those days we used to play on the roads without any hesitation. We had a lot of fun activities, very creative. Those things nowadays people are lagging because of advancement. Also, most of the people are using the electronic gadgets. Everything comes in handy, so they don't have to put hard efforts and much of physical, activity. So I always tell my kids, those are the days, because I always tell them whenever I get a chance, I used to take them to my hometown, tell them these are the, games we used to play, and this is how you have to play. I always teach them. So those days, when I look back, this brings a lot of happiness, and it is always a cherishing moment in your life forever. So that's what I want to share with you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Patafi. Yeah, indeed, it is like that only, because I do remember in my childhood that I didn't play in the roads, but I saw so many people they are playing cricket that time. That time it was actually everything in the blood, that's cricket, because we won World Cup in the 2020 and everything. So it was that a but now it is very difficult to get back to that time. But I think in this quarantine days and something, so I think we have less vehicles. I think some of us maybe can see in our hometown this type of playing in the roads. So that was a wonderful experience that you shared with us today. Thank you for that. And now any more guests can volunteer. I think Miss Ritni Pereira, I think she left already. So, Sir Deepu Pillai, do you have anything share with us, sir? Okay. So yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Very good evening to all of you.
Yeah.
My name is Deepu Pillai and I'm the construction manager for Ceiling Gas, working in Fujairah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thanks for being a part of us today. So can you speak for 1 minute on any topic that I have given to you regarding your childhood memories?
Yeah. Only the same topic? Yeah.
No, sir. Actually, I will give another topic. So it is all regarding the childhood memories.
Okay.
So for a minimum for 1 minute.
Okay.
So can you choose any number between in 1, 3, 6, 7? So in these 4, can you choose any number?
7.
7. Okay. Fine. So, Sir Deepu Pillai, so your topic for today is the teacher that touches your mind anytime in your school time, college time, anything. The teacher that touches your mind.
Yes, I can tell about that one. A very interesting one topic actually. The teachers, not only one actually, everybody having a lot means number of teachers, which time to time reminds you what's happened with this time, which give you some hint that this they have given a good idea or something like that. So I have one teacher, most favorite of mine. He's my math teacher at the time in the college time, in the class. Sorry, college, no, in the school time. When I was in the 4th, we are not. You know that most of the students don't like mathematics, and very struggling with the mathematics and all. So one particular day, what happens? I don't know exactly what happened to that day. She has given me some mathematic tricks and all, and she has given me an best idea to do the things for the how to solve the mathematics and get it off that one. Get the solution, how to get the solve the problems given to you. For that, before that, I was very much scary of the subject, but after giving some tricks to that, I can particularly tell you that this is the graphs and trigonometry and all. This were actually the scary for everybody. Giving me some kind of tricks and used to practice that one. Then after that, I really like to do the mathematics, and the main reason to come into the engineering field is that I choose my mathematics as a mainstream. For not only in the mathematics, she has given me a good lesson from that we can learn anything, anywhere, means whichever we have. If we do the good practice for that, we can learn out of that one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir Deepu Pillai, sir. This is one of the takeaway for me today, because the maths, all of may agree that the maths is one of the difficult subjects. We all have that thing, because the trigonometry, I too find that for calculating the mountains, other than that, I too find very difficult. What is this application for the trigonometry nowadays? So that is a wonderful thing. So we have timer for any one more topic. Toastmaster Shankar. Yes. Okay. So now any Toastmaster can volunteer. Yes, Toastmaster Sushando. So can you tell any topic? Sorry, number in between 1, 6 and 1 and 6. 1, 3 and 6.
Okay, 1, 3 and 6. I will go with the 3.
Okay, fine. Good. What is the childhood memories that make you cherish at that time, even still you are cherishing in that memory? What is the childhood memory that make you cherish at that time, even still you are cherishing in that memory? So your teenage stories also, but make sure you are evacuated sitting at the home.
Okay, thank you for the nice topic. When I'm thinking about my childhood, it invites me a lot of cherished memory. It is very difficult to choose which one I should share with you. When I was in class 8, our classroom was on the first floor. And the school ground, there some construction work was going on. There was a break in between the two class. I was on this balcony with my few friends. We were just chatting and we looked down. There was a sand piled on the ground, kept for the construction work. Some naughty thing came in mind and we started doing the challenges. If you have the guards, can you jump on the sand from the first floor? And I was trying to pull someone, but finally I caught into that trap. And my friends encouraged me to do that. And finally, since I have done this thing, I have speak out from my mouth, I have taken the challenge and I jumped from the first floor to the ground. And then I invite others who was pulling my leg. Then he followed me. The thing is that it is so interesting and it's so challenging for me. I was not the one who got a yellow card from the school. The another 2 students who followed me, they were caught and they got the yellow card and the guardian was called. Another thing, this is cherishing for me in my professional thing. Whenever I'm telling something, there is some problem in this function, finally that responsibility comes back to me. And I'm taking the challenge and I'm doing it and I'm showing it how to do that. So I believe in the leadership by example. Thank you. Over to Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushando. Toastmaster Sushando is already born with as a plan manager. I can see because he already take the opportunity and he pulled everything to everyone to into that. So,
thank you.
So I think the time up. So we can conclude the meeting also. Thanks for everyone who participated and listened patiently. Of course, all the speakers provided they are sanguine. Now I will return the control to TMOD. Over to you, Toastmaster Hussain.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master. You took us down memory lane and all of the speakers. It was really nice to listen to all of it. Before we move on, can we have the timers report, please? Toastmaster Shankar.
Hello, everyone. Here is the timer report for the table topic session. Table topic speaker 1, TM Swaminathan, took 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Speaker 2, guest Mr. Alkandi, took 1 minute and 38 seconds. Speaker 3, TM Pattabhiram, took 1 minute and 52 seconds. Speaker 4, guest Deepu Pillai, took 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Speaker 5, TM Shushanta, took 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Overall, we are on time without any delay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shankar. Mr. President, can we have the polls, please?
Toastmaster Hussain, please continue. I will just share the polls. Please continue.
Okay, sir, definitely. So in the meanwhile, let us recap. We discussed about Uber, we talked about childhood and some of the side effects, if you will, of adulthood. Now you might be saying you introduced a problem. What's the solution? It's not an official solution. This is my personal opinion, but I would like to share something that I call the philosophy. Yes, as the theme suggests. Now, those of you who hate maths, please don't run away when you see this. I know I can say Toastmaster already work. Covering his ears. No numbers are involved. No one will be traumatized tonight. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Great. Now, just a plain Venn diagram. I think you can take this. Now, we talked about children, and then we transitioned from childhood to adulthood. But I think there is a tiny little sweet spot in between that is the optimal you or the optimal me. What do I mean by that? Children have the plus point of having a very interesting view of the world. It's uncomplicated, it's refreshing, and also they are not shackled by societal expectations. They don't care about how someone does something. They want to do what they want to do. I think as parents, this is a nuisance for everyone, but it is what it is. Also, on the other hand, as children, they have this intuitive sense of knowing how to make themselves happy. You might see a child throwing a tantrum, but 10 minutes later, you would see them going back to normal. Or you might be cross with your child or any child, and a day later, there's nothing. They don't hold grudges too. So there are certain elements of childhood that are so precious that we need to retain. But children also have certain issues, I would say, such as not being able to, well, these are not issues. Children need to be mentored. Children have this naive view of the world. They don't know how to navigate through it. We learn that with experience, with time. Here comes the adult you. This is the experienced you. You get to meet people, you get to educate yourselves, you get to choose a career, different things you do. Now, if you are able to maintain the mature you, but keep the young and child you alive inside of you, I think you would be doing the business we call life right. Because many of us float through life in a way that we think the world is not being fair. We think that the circumstances we've been dealt with are probably not optimal. But as we all know, some things are what they are, but our reactions are our reactions. We get to react to the world. So I think you need to keep your inner child alive. And now you must be saying, easier said than done. How do we do that? That we will discuss in the next session. But until then, we are moving on to the evaluation session. This is going to be led by the general evaluator, who is Toastmaster Arivaragan. First of all, he is a Toastmaster who wears many hats with many feathers, as a person and as a Toastmaster. He is the most sanguine person I know over here tonight. He has an infectious energy, be ready to be happy. And he has been a Toastmaster for the past 25 years. When I asked him about his childhood, he told me that he loved playing around with friends. And now in adulthood, he does so by going on hiking trips with his family and friends. He also likes doing DIY projects, and currently his new obsession is power tools. Yes, many hats and tools. Without further ado, let us hand it over to Toastmaster Arivaragan. The stage is yours.
Thank you, TMOD Hussain Khan, for this wonderful introduction and the way you are taking up the entire session. Really, I am feeling sanguine, and I think everyone is feeling the same also. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening, guests. How are you all? Good. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a pleasant and vibe energy I can feel now. And the session is also going the same way. I'm happy to be a general evaluator today. Before continuing with my session, I have a big panel of evaluators with me. Those who are going to evaluate our speakers, project speakers, prepared as project speakers. And before that, before handing over the session to the evaluator, I request each and every Toastmasters to give a standing ovation to our icebreaker speaker, Toastmaster Ismail Sultan. Really amazing.
Thank you so much.
Really amazing, wonderful speech, and I hope my evaluators will speak more about that instead of me speaking in there. So let me hand over to the first evaluator Toastmasters Swaminathan Jayaraman for evaluating the speech of Ismail Sultan. Over to you, Swaminathan.
That was a sanguine speech by Toastmaster Ismail. I mean, half of the thing which I wanted to do was actually stolen by our general evaluator, Arivaragan. Anyway, that requires a standing applause to Toastmaster Ismail. A flawless speech from the beginning till the end. The beginning was wonderful, the way how you started off your speech. You were confident in terms of how you want to open your speech. You touched upon many things. You said about ocean science. You want to do a mastering in ocean science, which you were not aware about what all you have to go through in that. You spoke about fear of darkness, fear of water, and then the narrow path, which actually made you to realize what a fear can make a person. And you also spoke about how a life is uncertain. And you spoke about understanding and respect your fear. That was one of the best message anyone can say about how you want to move forward in your life if you are really having fear of success, sorry, fear of failure, if you have to put it in the right way. As I just wanted to break your speech into 3 different portions. As I said, the opening was wonderful, fantastic. You greeted people with the right tone, with the right confident level. You took us through the journey through a storytelling method, which portrays about how good you are in terms of telling stories. This is another area which I found it is amazing. And you never ever show to anyone that you are speaking for the first time. You have never been shown as a person you are doing your icebreaker. I think I was at one point of time I started thinking that you are talking about you are a person who is doing your project speech, not a icebreaker. You said you need to define fears in your life for you to overcome of it. It was one of the wonderful message for every one of us who has wanted to excel in our life, in our career. I just wanted to talk about only 3 things which can be a takeaway for you. You could have used your hand gestures more because you were using your screen space well, but you were actually could have used your hand gestures more. You spoke for 5 minutes and 32 seconds. You still had 1 minute and 58 seconds more for you to cover up more of your story that you could have utilized the rest of the time. The opening and closing was fantastic, and the one area there were few hiccups on the middle of your speech that could have been avoided. I'm sure this is the start of your speech, and I'm sure that you're going to wear a lot of crowns on your life. Wonderful speech overall. Thank you. Thanks to you. I'm giving the podium back to General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for kind words.
Thank you, Evaluator Toastmaster Swaminathan. Who doesn't know about Swaminathan? He is around 18 years in Toastmasters, and he is a member of 2 clubs. And he participated.
18 months, sir. Sorry. 18 months in Abu Dhabi and 6 months in Toastmasters. Sorry, 2.
Okay, 6 months in Toastmasters. Okay, sorry, even I missed also. So, whichever role, no, each and every meeting he tried to take up a role, and he made his presence there. It's amazing person to be with. He's a natural Toastmasters, and he entertained the people. He is very sanguine by his own, and I think he is in level 1 and project 2. So finally, now he is finishing the project 2 by doing this evaluation. Congrats to you, Swaminathan. Before proceeding with the next evaluation, we have our poll ready now for the best table topic speaker. So let us make the poll available first. Toastmaster Mahendran, over to you. Okay, the poll is ongoing. I think everyone submitted their poll. Thank you so much for participation. And so the next project speaker was our Dr. Firdosh Fatima, and it will be evaluated by Toastmaster Mahendran. He is our current president, and he is a civil engineer by profession, working in Port of Gujarat as a in the project department. Anything more about him? He is also a passionate Toastmasters, and he is in, I think, 3 Toastmasters club, right? Tamil, Telugu, English, all, and and he is a passionate hiker also. So nice to be associated with him in Toastmasters and also the fitness team. Over to you, Toastmaster Mahendran, for evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ariv, General Evaluator of today's session. It's a nice word that hiking, a new hiker that learned from you. Thank you so much. Coming back to our evaluation session. Our evaluate speaker, project 3, level 1. Toastmaster Firdosh. Congratulations, Toastmaster Firdosh, for successfully completing your speech. First of all, what an adroit speech. A quite impressive, Toastmaster Firdosh. You started with a quote saying, in life, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. It's a precise to your topic. And that's how the routine life moves. In each and every day, you have to negotiate. And that's what you tell us your personal experience to us. It's a really appreciable way that you narrate your story with a lot of pauses and your personal experience. Congratulations for that. When I read your objective, I feel that you are going to share your experience, like you negotiate your patients with your patients to get more fees, but you just simply superb, and you are saying you are sanguine Toastmaster. I believe that you just took your routine life experience as a homemaker and give a lot of experience and the story. That's really a present way that you just came forward and give it today. Of course, negotiation is part of life, as you rightly said. You use 2 word sequence today. Today, the sanguine you used one time, and what I feel that if you could tell us the type of negotiation, there are several type of negotiation skills. If you could have narrated, that would be even as added points to your speech. But when you tell about the monks and the 3 coins, the story, it covers all type of negotiation. And the type of negotiation, I could say, competing, collaborating, compromising, accommodating, and avoiding. And all 5 type of negotiation skills were covered, deeply covered in that. And you have tell your personal stories, like you negotiate with your kids. That's like a collaborative. And when you negotiate with your husband, that I could say compromise. Always husband has the compromise story. negotiation skills. I really appreciate that you bring with a new way that you expose the project speech today. Coming to your suggestions, what as I said, you could have narrated what type of negotiation skills, and as well as you could have put your mobile in a horizontal mode so that you will get more space, stage coverage, because you are very restricted in a narrow space and you quietly move this way, which distract the audience, and somewhere you just abrupt and stop and try to get connected with the thought process. That's what I feel in between. I try to avoid that. So apart from that, your speech is very good, a sanguine Toastmaster as usual, and your voice is bold as brass. Congratulations, Toastmaster, with those. Over to you, General.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Evaluator Toastmaster Mahendran, for this wonderful evaluation. Very clear. You made part by part. You explained everything. It's like we seen the recap of the entire speech. So it was like an full session we have seen in a simple way. Very good. Thank you so much for this wonderful evaluation. Next comes our third evaluator Shushanto, Toastmaster Shushanto, evaluating Toastmaster Sudhakar. Shushanto, we know him. He's an young and energetic and passionate Toastmaster, very sanguine by nature itself, and each and everyone get observed or admired by the energy he possesses within him. And he is there with FTC, Fujairah Toastmasters Club, from 2018 onwards, and in Fujairah he is there from 2008 onwards, and he is an operation manager working for Prima Pipes, right? So I still recall the days we went to Sharjah for Dubai for attending that international speech contest and the debate contest. It's a wonderful time to be with you. And over to you, Shushanto, Toastmaster Shushanto.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Ari Varagaran. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests. My special good evening to Toastmaster Sudhakar for attending our second speech from Pathway Level 4. Feedback is the breakfast for the champion. So I'm going to give a feedback to our champion Toastmaster Sudhakar. What a good start with the topic title and the content, and in between started with a breathing exercise. So you successfully grabbed the attention of the all audience. Coming to your objective of the speech, apparently there are two objectives. One, you have to share a topic that you have successfully delivered a project with a complete information and within the time limit. Second objective was to challenge in audience how we are going to manage them. If I'm not wrong, you have addressed two audience as a questionnaire and you have successfully complied with them. I hope they are sanguine with your answer, your justification. So I will expect everyone to give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Sudhakar for successfully completing his second project. The content of the speech was full of information and various type of articles, information which gave the room for the audience to frame a very good questions, which is the main framework of the project speech today. Even the time frame was not enough. However, I think that many of us having a question in their mind to talk about these soft drinks, what is the health, the benefits and everything. I enjoyed a lot your sanguine speech. You successfully made me scary, actually. I felt really scared. I felt like watching a horror movie. And sometimes I put my finger in the teeth and looking at whether there is a cavity. And today I found a cavity in my teeth. I was scared to share when you ask a question, friends, do you love the soft drinks? I really love soft drinks. I don't want to name the brand, but when you going through all this thing, I really scared. And sometimes I was looking in my tummy and checking whether the amount of content of the belly fat, I really grown up a little bit more. So your content, your speech was really helpful, not only for me, for all of us. And the thing what I want to tell you that I'm very sanguine that you will practice a little bit more to make it more interesting. And if I would have been in your position, I would appreciate the first speaker audience who said that I don't drink any soft drinks. So immediately I should appreciate them. Then I will give the justification. So on overall, you have delivered a very wonderful speech. Thank you. Over to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Arivargaran.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushanta, for this wonderful evaluation. And before going ahead with the voting, let us take the comments from timer. Toastmaster Shankar, over to you for the timing report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Evaluator for Speaker 1, T.M. Swaminathan, took 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Evaluator for Speaker 2, T.M. Mahendran, took 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Evaluator for Speaker 3, T.M. Shushanta, took 3 minutes and 34 seconds. Overall, all the evaluators have exceeded the allotted time, which is 2 to 3 minutes. And the excess time ranges between 30 seconds to 58 seconds among all three speakers. Among all three evaluators. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for this precise timing report. But taking the readings, taking the learning experience from these three evaluators, so I recommend TMOD to consider them for the voting, all the three evaluators, and let us go ahead.
Since all three are disqualified, so we can go ahead with voting, I think.
Mr. Ari?
Yes, madam. Good evening, madam.
Yes. Sir, as per TMI guidelines, up to 30 seconds, they're still qualified. If he was 131, that would have been disqualification.
Correct. That is true. That is what I didn't mention, that disqualification.
You are right, Toastmaster.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are absolutely right.
Since we given this preference to all the people.
I think timer has already given that 1 second bonus to the speaker.
Thank you. The voting has been done, it seems. Yes. Thank you so much for generously voting. So the next, let us take the comments from our word master. Word master, Toastmaster Rafiq is not here now. So he just left for some urgent work. But his evaluation he has given, and the word given by him is sanguine, very positive word, and it actually, when immediately as soon as we hear the word, we feel positive, and each and every one eagerly use this word, starting from our speakers and evaluators, and TMOD used so many times, and even the table topic speakers, those who are giving the impromptu speech, they also utilized whenever they get a chance out there, along with their project speeches also, though they prepared it in a different way, but they tried to accommodate it. It was very good, and thank you so much for the usage. Even I just listed it out. It's coming around 17 times so far we utilized, even more than that also, because I am hearing each and every time the word sanguine comes from all the people. And thank you so much for this utilization of the new word. Whenever you get a chance, utilize it. Maybe daily you can say also within yourself, It will motivate you, make you feel positive. It's like a positive affirmation you're giving to yourself, right? That's needed all the time now. Next, we have our grammarian and accounter waiting to, to throw the sanguine bomb on us. So I'm sure there will be a lot of learning experience. What you, our DTM Pradeep Kumar Mantrala, he is our IPP, immediate past president. I joined during his presidential era. It is really an inspiring one. As soon as I met him in the forgotten message.
Open house meeting.
Open house, right? Toolbox only coming up. Open box is not coming up. Open house is not coming up. Open house meeting. I really felt impressed with his the style of handling the people and greeting them and negotiating them to join the session. It's really a wonderful person to be with, and he's a mentor for most all the Toastmasters, the new Toastmasters, even some experienced people also. Wherever he needs to enter, he enters. Not each and every time entering and disturbing the thing. No, he wait and see whether things going on well. Okay, let it go. And wherever he needs to come, like a speed breaker, because normally you cannot see the speed breaker at the highways, correct? Whenever there is a need, then there will the speed breaker will come. And he is a speed breaker for me also, because whenever we give the word and he tells, no, this is not the one, you change it, or there is something to be corrected. Like that, he gives a clear instruction. And the same thing I'm expecting from you also today. Over to you, grammarian, DTM Pradeep ji.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Arivalagan. When you
It's
are talking,
like a toast speech.
Huh?
It's like a toast speech.
Yeah, correct. I was more afraid that he would ask me again for standing ovation. Since we are in the online meeting, suddenly if you ask the standing ovation, many people may feel little discomfort.
Actually, I am sure that this after a long time you are doing this grammarian role. So it's like an icebreaker grammarian role.
Yes. Thank you for your wonderful words, Toastmaster Arivalagan. And today's grammarian and accounter role, I will start with accounter role. Initially, I was a little disappointed because since people were not using the us, slowly people are making me happy. Just for the readout, I'll read out the number, but it's not accurate. Whatever I observed, it has given. These are all only for the improvement things. Don't take it in a negative manner. Toastmaster Rafiq used 5 times. Toastmaster Ismail used it once. Toastmaster Sudhakar used it twice. Toastmaster Swaminathan used almost 4 to 5 times. But what I observed in Toastmaster Swaminathan's speech, as well as in Toastmaster Reshmi's speech, they were using the long pauses, like how I use it now, like this. It's not coming up during the speech, but they are keeping as a long pause. Long pause is keeping like as a will come out. So that is the reason which I observed it, especially in Toastmaster Swaminathan and Toastmaster Reshmi. Toastmaster Pattabhiraman used thrice. Toastmaster Shanto also used thrice. Toastmaster Reshmi and Toastmaster Swaminathan used it in the same manner 4 or 5 times only. This is the counter report. Coming to the grammarian report, almost all speakers were using the good grammar usage. I like the quotes used by Toastmaster Ismail Sultan and Toastmaster Firdaus. If you want to grow in life, don't define your objects. Define your fears. Put them in the light and conquer them instead. And Toastmaster Firdaus used it in life. You don't get what you deserve, but you get what you negotiate. That is 100% sure. And some of the sayings which were used by the speakers during their speeches iron out the differences, civilized people, negotiate to associate, communication is the key for negotiation. All these things I was very much impressed. And coming to the suggestion areas, some speakers use that natural Toastmaster. It's like you can say as a natural speaker. It will be good. And let's make the poll. It's not make the poll. Let's do the voting. Poll has been done by the poll master. So we have to do the voting. Let's do the voting. Some speakers are using Firdosh. She is not Firdosh. She is Firdos. 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 And when we are using the word feel in the past tense, we have to use it felt. I felt, like we are using as I feel. Evaluating, it's not about evaluating the speaker, Toastmaster Sudhakar or Toastmaster Firdos. It's like evaluating the speech given by Toastmasters Sudhakar. Their speech only we are evaluating. We don't want to evaluate the soft drink. And 409 meeting. It's 409th meeting or 409. 409th meeting, we need to say. These are some of the observations which I have done. Hope it may be useful to you, the corrections. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. After a long time, I am doing this grammarian and archon role. Toastmaster Arivalgan, thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful detailed evaluation, grammarian and accountant role. There are some takeaways for me also. The evaluators are evaluating the speech, not the speaker. Thank you so much for this clarification. Each and every time we remember that. It's good to remember that we are only observing the speech, not the speaker. And there is no personal nothing. It's only their own personal review they have to give as an evaluator. Thank you so much. And before proceeding, actually, when we are planning for this meeting and in morning seeing the agenda, when there is a change of agenda happening, people are backing out something. So I was also feeling somewhat lagging and there is something missing. Then suddenly the sanguine kind of feel came up. No, for sure we are going to rock it, because the wonderful team is there, very well prepared. Toastmaster of the days, entire theme was good, and then the speakers were all neatly, nicely prepared and they presented. So what the main thing I actually remember, or it make me to feel the quote given by one British American author. He is also an inspirational speaker, Simon Oliver Sinek. He told, the goal is not to be a perfect by the day, by the end of the day. The goal is to be a better tomorrow, right? So it's not being a perfect, I am perfect. No, this is not the perfect thing. We should feel that we are getting better and better next day. Tomorrow it will be better. Today the section is very good. Maybe the next session will be still much better than the today's one. So we need to see how much we are proceeding further, or what is the things we are learning or taking away from this session and moving forward. With respect to the timing, we were very clear. I think people are joining slowly. There were guests were there and members were joining, and those who are trying to join, but because of their own personal commitment or professional commitment getting late, they given a clarification or they send a message that I will be late up to this time, and then they join before the time, the committed time. So we started the meeting at 7 o'clock. It was really a fantastic achievement, I can say, because the timing really proves us professionalism. Correct? We are at time, whatever the way it goes, we started the meeting at the right manner, and then comes the Sergeant at Arms. So he clearly explained about those rules and regulations, requirements, and the things to be followed regarding those taboo topics. He explained well about the Zoom sessions, also recording everything. It was very clear. People get clear. Okay, they are going to record it, so let them make camera on, or no need of switching on and muting. Everything has been clearly explained, and it was very narrated also. Then comes the presidential address. So he introduced all the guest members. So because the guests are the main people who comes eagerly to learn something and understand something, and so that they can easily get attached to the session, they can join also later. So that is also a very fantastically done by the president. Then the TMOD comes, the entire scenario changes. We felt like that we tuned to a cartoon session, because we went to some pogo or something like that. So and the memory goes, we felt okay, I'm also into the same thing, and we are naturally get attached, because okay, now sometimes when the kids are changing thing, we may get upset or irritated, because we may be watching some news or some sports something, but we think about our own personal life when we were in the young age. So how many times we seen those cartoons and how we enjoyed that. still comes up. Even sometimes when we are alone also, when we tune to the cartoon, we felt happy, we get rejuvenated or refreshed with this the cartoon characteristics, because they don't have any expectations, or they are not here to teach us something. They live the life natural way by they are, so that we feel easily connected and we want to be also naturally how we are also, correct? The childish characters will come up. It will be try to suppress those childish character because of this external culture or social circumstances, but it comes up naturally. Hats off to you for taking this wonderful session. Thank you so much. And other than that, I want to hear from our table topic master, Reshmi Sujata Nair, how you picked up this topic. Can you please tell something about that? Toastmaster Reshmi, you are there?
Can you say again, sir? Because
I know you busy, that's what I told you. Actually, I want to know how you selected these topics.
Yeah, okay. I just select this topic. I just check with the theme, with the TMOD. So I just asked her what is the theme for this thing, and I just clarified with her. And when I prepare the topics also, I just check with her that is it correct or not. So if it means it suits your theme, like that I asked her. So in that manner I chose the topics.
Thank you.
I'm very sorry. My background is very noisy now.
Thank you. We know that, but that is the thing I want to actually bring up to the forum, that the communication, correct? Though we are not physically here present or physically meeting, but still we are working together. Background, there are so many works been happening within the TMOD and the evaluators, speakers. So it's not like we are not, we are being a part of the team. We are as a family working together to improve ourselves. It's nothing, we are not here to prove to our management to get a good bonus or increment or something like that. We are here to get better than yesterday, correct? So that is a wonderful thing, and the thanks goes to the Toastmasters International only for wonderful forming this session and bringing us together to be a part of this team. Other than that, the improvement points. Only one thing I am feeling is the communication again lagging. Though we are internally communicated, but externally people feel that we are not communicating well, or we are not collaborating together. So let us open up more, share so many things. There are only 2 or 3 people actively participating in the when we put the word of the day. Each and everyone try by their own, so that we can discuss also, keep the group active, share the thing. If something comes up, you can open it up, you can tell openly your comments, so that it will be also better. And use these meetings, each and every meeting, try to attend, bring more friends, at least one member, one friend he has to bring, so that we can improve our communication skills also, and also we can grow this platform also, correct? Whatever we learned, or whatever we gain from this platform, we should take to the people. Whatever we sow, then we will get back, correct? So we need to focus more on propagating this session, so that we will also be enriched further, correct? That is the only thing, only one request and recommendation from my side. Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, for this wonderful opportunity given to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arivaragan, for your general evaluation and for leading the session so smoothly. Thank you so much. Now we will have the timers report. Toastmaster Shankar, please.
Hello again. Today, Wordmaster's report was presented by TM Arif on behalf of TM Rafiq, and he took 1 minute and 4 seconds, which is very less than the allotted time of 2 to 3 minutes. Grammarians and Accounters report was presented by DTM Pradeep. He took 4 minutes and 3 seconds. The allotted time is 1 to 2 minutes, and this also it's overshot. And General Evaluators report by TM Arif, it took 5 minutes and 30 seconds, which is well within the allotted time. Thank you. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shankar. Now, the meeting is coming to an end, and so is my theme. Last I saw you, I told you to keep your inner child alive. And I told you I won't leave you hanging. I just have two tiny things I want to share. Two ways through which you could keep the inner child, the sanguine you inside of you, alive. First of all, I would suggest that find things that you did, introspect, and try to remember what were things that you did as a kid that made you happy. I say that because as children, we have an intuitive sense of what we like doing and what brings us happiness. For instance, Toastmaster for Those shared with us that she loved writing as a child, and this is something she carried on into her adulthood, and she's a blogger now. I failed to mention that she has traveled over 25 countries, an awesome feat. And so if you keep yourself engaged with things that you did as a child, for instance, Toastmaster Ari Bergen as well, he said that he used to love playing with his friends, and in his adulthood, he has found a new way of playing with friends, which is going on hikings. So each one of us should find something in our own adult lives, make some room, make some time for things that make us happy. And second of all, I would like to say it's, I think, a very simple thing, but we should practice it. We should try incorporating time in our lives to interact with children. It sounds simple. Most of you might have kids. How many of you have kids here? Can I have a show of hands? Congratulations and my apologies, but you must know that children have this refreshing outlook on life. One of the reasons that I chose this theme is because I recently got my driver's license. Short story, a sad story too. The first time I had my road test, I failed within 2 minutes. Just flat 2 minutes, and I was so upset. I was the first person who had my test, and that's it. And I came back home. I was mulling over it. It was a very depressing day. And then my tiny sister, she's 5 years old, she comes up to me and asks me, "Why are you so sad?" And I just hadn't told her before, and I told her that I failed my driving test. She looked at me and she was like, "Oh no, this is so sad." And I was like, "Yes." She was like, "So you can't drive me to buy ice cream now, can you?" And just that interaction with her, the entire premise of getting a license was for me to become an ice cream driver, was something that brought a smile to my face. So anytime I feel down, I feel that, oh, I'm not having a good day, I hunt for my sister and we just have a casual conversation. So find children around you, whether your own children, your anyone, whoever it is. Visit Gabble clubs. Surround yourself with kids. You will find that their energy is infectious and it will revive your own energy. And with this, I would like to conclude the theme tonight from my part. I had a lot of fun preparing for the theme and seeing you all today. Thank you for keeping your cameras on. I saw a very good attendance. Now I would like to hand over to Mr. President for his closing address.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hussain, TMOD. Wow, what a wonderful session today. So energetic. And you are a sanguine Toastmaster Hussain. The way you lead the session, I always remember my kids' time. Now I have 2 kids. And whenever I enter into my home, I know how much I enjoyed this session. That's really a wonderful session. Please vote for the best role player today. I just going to launch the poll. Please vote it. And before I'll just move further, I think you are able to share voting, right? Are you able to voting it?
Yes.
Yeah, fine. So I would like to call our guest to share their experience with us. I would like to call our guest, Mr. Mosba Alkendi.
Sir, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Oh, sorry, it is on mute. Thank you to give me a chance to join you this night. It was good experience for me to learn the technique of the presentation and get more experience from you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please join on every first and third Tuesday on Fujair
Inshallah.
meeting.
Inshallah, I will be always with you. Inshallah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And we have one more guest, Mr. Deepu Pillai. Mr. Deepu Pillai.
Maybe not available.
Okay. Any more guests? I saw one TM guest. This is Toastmaster Pattabhiraman. Okay. Just give me 2 minutes. Thank you, Toastmasters and guests, for patiently waiting up to the end of this meeting, to be frank. And the meeting was so nice and very energetic, and there are a lot of takeaways today that you can think and you can utilize those quotes in your life, personal lives. And when we say about and really thank about our general evaluator, and he rightly pointed out some few items compared to the last meeting and today's meeting, and there is a big effort has been taken in the between, and there are like communicate each other and take a people, try to support and respond to the Toastmasters who approach you, take the role, or try to tell, or either even just inform at least a day before, at least in the morning, so that we can try to grab some other Toastmasters to put it in the role, because last minute backup is so difficult to get other people's. It's not only difficult, it's troubling us. It's like a troubling us to other people at the last moment. So please support and try to send a request or send a message that you are not able to do it. Please send at least in the morning itself, so that you will be able to try it somewhere, someone in the room. Just a minute. Apologies. Hello, I'm in the meeting. Can I call you back? Apologies for my end. Okay, moving to today's section. Actually, we have our roles. It's appreciation time to appreciate our members who actively participate today. I'm going to share. Just a minute. The best project speaker is Toastmaster Ismail Sultan. Please come.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And the best evaluator is Toastmaster Swaminathan. As a tie break, actually, this is Toastmaster Swaminathan as well as Toastmaster Sushanta Bairagi. Both are selected equally voted. Congratulations for both. And the best table topic speaker is our guest, Nosba Al-Kendi. Congratulations, sir. And the best role player is none other than our Toastmaster Hussain Khan, the TMOD of the day today. Thank you so much for all the present. Toastmaster Ismail, you are supposed to say something. Yes, as a icebreaker speaker.
Yes, I just wanted to take a minute. Actually, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Thank you so much to all group for all the support, Especially, I would like to express my gratitude for two gentlemen who have been very, very helpful in all this journey, to start this journey actually. Number one, my mentor, TM Sudhakar. Thank you so much, sir, for all the guidance, sharing the small details which I generally overlooked. And more than that, thank you for the push. Because I might have taken 2 or 3 months more to do my icebreaker, but it was you who made sure that I do it. So thank you so much, sir. Special thanks to Mr. Patabi, to TM Patabi, who introduced me to FTC. Thank you so much, sir. You have been a great life coach, someone I have personally always admired, always so humble, with a heart of gold. So thank you, and again, everyone, and special thank to TM Swaminathan for being my first evaluator, and so kind words. I am not sure I really did that well, but I'm really glad to hear that, and thank you so much, sir, for your guidance. Thank you, sir.
Toastmaster Ismail.
Yes, sir.
You saved your 58 seconds and you used that 58 seconds now.
Just one quick thing. I understand my time was 6 minutes, so that's why I timed accordingly. I would really have loved to use 1 more minute, actually, but I believe it was 6 minutes. So, but thank you, sir. I think I used it now, right now.
The timer was so generous.
Thank you.
In fact, Toastmaster Ismail, it was a right apt feedback which has been given by the team to you. It was not me alone. You could have seen all the participants in today's meeting were actually applauding you the way how you presented your first page. It was wonderful. I'm repeating it again. It was absolutely wonderful, because the general evaluator did not give the opportunity for me to make every one of us give a standing ovation to you. He took that opportunity, because general evaluators doesn't do that. He did it because of the way how you spoke. It was amazing, and we all are looking forward to hear your speech a lot going forward. And I would give TM Sudhakar to take that responsibility of pushing you more in terms of start giving a lot of speeches. Otherwise, as he said, you may end up taking another 3 more months to give your second speech.
Thank you. I'm really humbled. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. As a president, just open your cameras. We'll have group photos. Then I would like to Toastmaster Shankar, Mr. Musbal Kendi, Toastmaster Patabi, Mr. Deepu Pillai, Madam Mahamarmot, please. Thank you. I think someone take VPPR or VP Education to the screen. Yeah.
IPP also will take.
Thank you so much, IPP. Because I'm searching my print screen option. Okay. Thank you so much. As a president, I declare the meeting is end. Thank you.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.